There is a place where no one is seen as a stranger, where no one is ever faced with danger. A place that is gentle, kind and light, where nothing would ever trigger a fight. A place that is boundless and wide, where we walk with angels side by side. A place of smiles and happy tears, where our hearts are open and there are no more fears. A place where love is seen on every face and arms are open wide to embrace. A place where everyone measures the same, where you are true though, and yet no one knows your name. A place where mysteries are explored, where truth is accepted and never ignored. A place where those of old age are wide-eyed and still learning, when time seems to rewind, and to youth we are returning.
Just sit there until you get ready.
There we go. They're here, ready. You're gonna sit here until we're ready. I'll have to get my drink and I'll be right back. Pastor's here. Okay. Did you say good morning?
I'm waiting on you, but
You're waiting on me.
I just saw chicken and dumplings come up on there.
You did.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can hear us and see us. Since my husband wasn't saying anything, you probably wondering, can they, are we actually here? Yeah. Oh, what's that thing in the way? There we go. Sister Chris, there you are, girlie. I got you first today. And then there's Jesse, brother-in-law. Hey, darling.
Good morning,
Back from her
everybody.
trip. She had a little trip last week.
Had a while.
She had a little trip. And there's Dee Dee and George. Those pictures were
That's
pretty,
George and-
Dee Dee.
And Susie Q. George Jr.
Y'all was sharp. And then there's Sandra. Hey, Sandra. Thank you, Lordy. Thank you, every man. Hey, chicken. We chicken and dumplings. And what else can we call? We're going to call everybody chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. That's what happened to that wedding y'all had there. Miss George.
With Toya.
Toya and
Mm-hmm.
and the chicken and dumplings they made in that pot, that wedding.
Yeah.
I hate that I couldn't eat any of them chicken dumplings with y'all The way you talk, y'all had a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, good to have you guys with us this morning, Reverend Man. Hey, Robert and Denise.
Robin and
And,
Denise, chicken and dumplings.
It's Bernie Vern. Vern, did you get my package I sent to you?
Vern with the meat grease.
You know what you said about us this morning would apply to Sister Chris as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll talk
So
about
we'll
that.
talk about that. And there's Pearl. Hey, Pearl. Good morning,
Pearl,
sweetie
Pearl
pie.
Harbor.
Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Lisa May, Lisa Lee.
It is good to have you guys with us this morning. Thanks, sweetheart, for letting me know you can hear and see us. Thank you so much. Hey, Kathy. Kathy's here. Brother Blue and the family's
Brother
here.
Blue.
Listen, and all of the rest of y'all that didn't put your names up there, we say hey, good morning to you.
And I know there's some just listening that don't have a name up, but that's okay. You're still there.
And Vern said she did get my package. I'm gradually coming into the 21st century, Vern, but gradually. We're almost going out of it, but I'm getting there. So everything's going good right this minute. Hopefully it's doing the same for you. Gotta get me a swig. My mouth is really dry. You gotta get the swig too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's that natural tropical drink called water. Water. Okay. Let's see. What am I going to do? Well, I wanted to bring you up to speed on some things for us. We've been, for those of you who know, we've been working with our home trying to get a reverse mortgage. And Duke Energy is still not done with what they've got to do. They've got to replace all of the lines under the ground and
It's about
all
4 of
that.
them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ran into a snag the other day. So everything's kind of on hold, but they did send our documents to the underwriters and we got a conditional approval because it's not yet been appraised. So hopefully things will go well. It's just a little hiccup. We'll be okay.
Well, we've been approved for the event. That is the entrance in through the door. We're in the door waiting for the completion of the rest of the guys.
Yeah, the repairs and all of that to
Yeah.
be done. So everything's going well. And for those of you who were privy to the information about Pastor this week and his little incident, he's doing fine. He just had to hydrate. That's all. He just had to really
I'm still
hydrate.
working on it.
Still working
That's
on
something you don't stop working on.
it.
That's
This is
why I
true.
tell you ladies and girls and boys out there, from my experience with this, please don't let coffee and sodas
Yeah.
take the place of
Water.
hydrated water.
Water.
You need to drink water. Make yourself drink plenty of water and keep yourself hydrated, because I know that some women don't like water because it's something there.
And as we age,
And as we age, you have
none
to have
of us
more of
will-
that.
we lose our desire.
Back
and
off
taste
on
for
the-
water.
The Mountain Dews and the Pepsis and the Cokes
And even if you
and the
drink,
iced tea.
tea, it's okay. But when you drink a caffeinated drink, it
Mhm.
still depletes you of your water. So
We're talking about direct experience now. We're not talking about something you heard or read or something somebody. Well, put it like this. All we say will not cause you to do it, but what will cause you to do it is direct experience.
yeah,
Once you have this feeling where they were going to send me to the hospital, to the emergency room again this week, and they checked my pressure and it was down to 70.
it was low.
It was
your
low.
blood pressure was low.
This
yeah.
morning it's
It
a
was
little bit up, but I
it's
wait
not
to
high.
check it again. It's
Yes,
high.
not
So
high.
that means you need to keep, as you get older, you need to keep some apparatus around where you can keep your pressure checked
Mhm.
and your insulin checked.
So everything has to stay in balance. And like
Yeah.
Pearl
And
said,
it's not going against the word of God. And what,
no.
some might
no.
say, well, God didn't tell me that. Well, okay. He will some way tell you
Well,
how to walk in health.
That's true. Find that balance. And Sister Pearl said, "Oh, this is really important too, to eat water-based fruits and vegetables. That helps.
Yeah.
And drinking herbal teas, that helps. Herbal teas that
Herbal
have all
tea,
that
herbal
caffeine
tea,
in it. So that those things help too.
Yeah, you got to lay off the Jack Daniel there, Brother George, and all the other little bitty Georges out there, and
Well, everything with moderation,
lay,
but
lay off of
yeah, everything in
the
moderation. But
the pumpkin pie.
the main thing is to get the quantity that you need inside your body. And I think I don't know, sometimes I think that we've kind of defeated the purpose with some of the bottles and jugs that we have. We walk around with our bottle all day, but we sip that bottle. We're not really drinking an entire bottle. We're just sipping every
The
time.
only thing that would help me during
dry.
that time was when the doctor walked in the room. He had 2 little bottles,
Yeah.
and they done put me in the truck ready to ship me back to the junkyard.
I know, had me all upset. And Vern called me. She asked me, said, "Are you all right, Sister Reverend?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay, baby." But yeah, so it was a little scary. But they didn't send him. He was fine. He bounced
I
back.
told him I was okay. I drove over there to Winston to the doctor's office, and I can drive back. But they said when I leaned over to pick up something, and I got dizzy, and they checked my blood pressure 4 or 5 times. It was still 70. But when the doctor came in, I went for one reason, and it changed it into something else. But here's one thing the lady said to me. The nurse said, I told her I'd been to the same thing 2 or 3 times, and she said, "This is what she said now." She said, "It's not time for you to go yet." She said, "What God sent you here to do is not finished yet."
She just said that
She
out
just
of the
come right
blue.
out. She said, "You're not finished yet."
Hmm.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she don't even know who I was.
right. Well, now piggybacking on that, and Robert says, yes, this is so true, Robert. Our bodies are changing, especially when you're aging, and especially when you become enlightened. There are certain things that start changing in your body. Lisa mentions coconut water. Coconut water is good for you too. Yeah. So all of those things. But
the signs of waking up will reveal itself to you through certain incidents. See, darkness can be changed into light, because without darkness, there can be no light. Without light, there can be no darkness. So that means that you are in the place, because if you studied events horizons, a Star Trek talk, when you study events horizon, you can go all the way back through everything that ever took place before you entered to your mother's stomach physically. You were always inside of your parents, not under generational curses. This is something that people who are into the evangelicals and the deliverance don't understand. Generational curses cannot stop the eternal Christ self from being everything in you without deliverance or with deliverance. It cannot stop everything that Christ has been as your true identity before the foundation of any world, not just this world, but any worlds. It cannot be interfered with.
Before you jump in, Pastor,
Okay.
before you jump in, I wanted to mention that we started off talking about what Pastor was going through in his body, but I want to remember, and I want you to remember, and I want to remind all of us that what we really are is what these bodies is being animated by. And so we are like stewards over these bodies. We have we're the caretakers for these bodies. We got to make sure that they continue for as long as they are needed in this earth plane. So this is what I want you to remember, that we are eternal beings. We are immortal beings beyond physical death. We are non-physical beings. We get caught up about our bodies, but this is not what we are. We are multidimensional beings We're also vibrational beings. So what we're talking about with the hydrating and all of that is to make sure that we, as these immortal beings and eternal beings, have the vessel to continue in this earth plane for as long as they're needed. And so that's why it's very important to take care of your body.
And it's very important that you understand the assignment that was assigned was not only just your bodies, but it was assigned to every person, being or not being, early or late, high school, grammar school, all of these people, teachers and everything, was assigned to you strategically under the order of the Spirit. Your eternal self ordered these things. You say, God is in charge. Well, then if God is in charge and you are woke up to who you really are outside of a baptism, outside of a new birth experience,
outside of a religious experience,
church, denomination, you are beyond any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And what has happened is called blocked recognition. The veil of the temple is the ego. It was split from top to bottom based on chronological information in the book.
That's a new word, chronological.
Chronological information in paper.
Now, listen, Robert's got he's mentioning this, which is so true, especially when for those of us who have had enlightening experiences. Sometimes we wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, but just happen to wake up, and that happens quite a bit to us.
Mm-hmm.
Have been for years.
Yeah, always.
High frequency ear ringing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So your body is also adjusting to this enlightened stage of awareness.
See, when we met each other, when we dating, I stayed up to your house after 12 o'clock so that I could get a revelation when I went back home.
Stop it. Oh my goodness.
Or what it felt like being with you.
Stop it. Don't
after 12.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
When I woke up in the morning, I'd have you on my mind.
Okay.
You be done run around in my mind. I thought I had to take out a 50B on you to keep you distant because you were running around in my brain all day long.
Oh, have mercy.
You was like coming home.
Now you just jump track. Would you? Okay.
But I'm telling you the truth.
I know you're telling the truth. Anyway, yes, ear ringing, pressure on the top of the head.
Call every night. Ringing.
Butterflies or nervousness in the
I hate butterflies. Nervous.
No, baby, stop.
Okay.
So yeah, some of us experience those things going through the enlightened awareness stages,
Mm-hmm.
and so your body it shifts around. It has to adapt. It adapts to that, and then it also adapts to the aging process.
We were adaptable in the adaptation before we came into this proclamation of independence, of separation from the irrigation of this world that made it seem like we were separated from God and each other in the story. Now that we are here, and this information that we're presenting to you and have been for years online about waking up from this comatose state of this lack of recognition that brought us to a point that says we have finally arrived. If I get saved, I'll go to heaven. There are some people in heaven that did not know anything about any of the things that we went through that are in heaven now. Their life was the gift of life of repentance that brought them to the place of being where they are in the spirit realm. And it goes for everybody. So what is going on with our government and our politicians is that they are under a contract to find out how not to allow their positionalities in this world to cause them to be deported or exported into an opposite world of where they originated and came from in the Christ consciousness. Now, everybody is not going to wake up the same way and the same time, but there's a basic principle that takes place when this event started coming up in your life. I remember when it started 50 some years ago, when the heart of Jesus was revealed to me. It was telling me something that it took 50 years to see. We'll talk about it as we go, but there are no mistakes in anything that you went through to get to where you are.
That's true. And our niece was here yesterday, Tracy, and she spent some time with us. She mentioned to Unc, that's what she calls him, Unc. She mentioned to him that everything that he went through in his childhood or in his life has sculpted him for what he is now. And it was interesting to hear that come out of her mouth.
Yes, she said that. She said that. And the lady in the drugstore told me that just out of the blue. She said, and the nurse told me in the doctor, she said, "You're not finished yet."
So this morning, now I don't know the direction that my husband wants to go in. We don't collaborate about these sessions, but my heart has been filled with the.
That's tart. It's tart. I'm drinking hydration.
My heart has been filled with the thoughts and my focus has been this morning, ever since talking to you guys last night, you and Tracy, about the things that you experienced growing up and how a lot of those things were traumatic and they left scars and memories, hurtful memories that you guys dealt with in different ways.
Yeah.
She dealt with hers
in the same family, different ways.
In one way, and you dealt with yours in another way. The point is to getting past the hurts. And this is the one thing that stuck with me, that if there has been, if you've been wronged in any way whatsoever, of course, the tool of forgiveness is there. It's there for our use to forgive and to move forward. But if the memories are still haunting you, those memories, this is what was revealed to me now, and this is where I contemplated. Those memories then become hauntings, and when they're haunting a person, and that being is not able to move past them in the sense of not allowing them to disturb them, those haunting memories can actually become links to the same disposition that ran through the family. Does that make sense? Okay, so for instance, say the beginning of that family, I don't know who she may have been, was traumatically abused and hurt and harmed. That one, if they carry the anger, the hurt, and the anger about life, how life has treated them, then they don't use their tool of forgiveness, and they don't come to a place where they can deal with the memories without them disturbing them. They carry that link forward, and
the lineage.
They will repeat the abuse. That's what we're talking about. Yes, that holding the anger, holding the memories, and reliving them actually passes the link forward. It carries. It gives the next generation of the family the same link, and then what happens is the abused then begin to abuse others. They abuse, and then they abuse the next one, and it's a carried forward. And this is what they're calling generational curses, because the link has been carried forward. So the only way to break that link is to use that tool of forgiveness, deal with those memories in the sense of coming to a place of realizing they did actually sculpt you for what you are today,
Mhm.
and then use them as fuel to
Mhm.
move forward.
That's the kindling on the fire.
Yeah, to move forward. And when you move forward, then that link is broken for that next generation.
There were some people that you were in contact with before you, what you call, gave your life to Christ. Let you touch that. You can't give life to Christ if the life that you are in your never dying self is the life of Christ in every man, Robert man, and every man.
Mhm,
Every man
mhm.
is an eternal Christ self with or without recognition from religion, theology,
Mhm,
homiletics,
mhm.
books, studying, Bible
Even
schools.
without an enlightened
Without an
experience.
enlightened experience, you're
Mhm.
still
It's still
eternal.
that. It's still that.
So now let's redefine what it means to have eternal life. It evidently means the way you handle it determines your location. Your
Location being.
being, it can center you in leaving your body and going an opposite direction than rest and peace outside your body. And it can stop you from transcending on. And let's put it like this.
They make it simple for us.
Okay. We came here to wake up in this school to who we were before coming,
Before we got into this.
got into
school.
this school.
Yeah, exactly.
We came here to wake up, and many of us, to the many schools that we had to pass through to get here, that I had attached to us residue that was lineage that was carried on from one generation to another. And that generational curse is the definition of that is residue that was attached to the soul
Mhm,
that was never
mhm,
settled.
mhm.
Now we coming again. Some of us are coming here to this story for the last time, and some are just beginning.
Well, let me say this. I want to change the word school, because I'm going to not change the word school, but change the concept of why we came here. And I don't believe we came here to really go to school, because before we came here, we were already complete and already all knowing. However, coming into these finite bodies, the memories were lost of what we are. The memory of what we are was lost. And so, therefore, this, while we call it a school, is really a reminder or a refresher of what we are. So, I'm learning that everything that has happened to us, for us, by us, has always been, there have been clues. There are clues to
The puzzle.
cause us to remember
These
who
clues.
we are.
Okay, we set
To
that up.
remember who we are.
Yeah.
And we interpreted that as a school.
Yeah.
But it's in fact,
That's just the word we use.
it is in fact reminders to wake us up. And everything has been given to us to run us to that, to bring us to that memory of who we
He
are.
said, we are infallible beings,
We definitely
meaning we are
infallible beings.
non-failing,
Non-failing beings. Exactly. Well, in infinite beings,
infinite.
beings never,
We are
never ending and
in-
never finishing beings.
We are beyond the finite,
Yes.
infinite.
Yes.
We are beyond the finite. We are infinite. Now,
We're ever expanding like the universe.
yeah,
Mhm.
ever expanding. Now, I looked at something and I saw the veil when it said in the script. There's a script that we follow in this stage event. When the temple, the tabernacle, or the veil in the temple was split, we picked up years ago that the veil was really not a thin looking thing like a piece of wet paper. It was a piece of
was
fabric,
actually layered. There were
layered.
layers of
Yeah.
fabrics.
And I found out that later on that this fabric that was used in the natural symbolizes the infallible proof of Jesus' garment that
Well-
he wore.
Well, there's a scripture in, I think it's in Hebrews, that says that the veil was rent, that is to say, his flesh.
That's right.
And so that tells me this: there are many, many layers to us,
Mhm.
many layers that
Dimensions to us.
must be
Mhm.
split open in order for that we truly are to be exposed.
So when the veil was split from top to bottom, I had a chance in the spirit realm to walk up to the veil in the process of it being split from top to bottom. And I kept looking in the spirit realm. I looked at the bottom of the veil and I said, and I didn't realize the reason why I could see the veil because of the accessibility of what was done at Jesus' event at the cross. I kept seeing somebody at the bottom of the veil with a hook needle trying to sew it back up. And I looked, and it was the dark world of what we call demons and Satan, Luciferian principles.
Mhm.
And as he tried to sew it up, Jesus said, the Christ self said, let's finish this thing. Let's end it finally once and for all.
Mhm.
And when I looked back beyond the veil, before the tabernacle was structured, I saw the Christ, Jesus' body with the cross on his shoulder. And I saw different entities trying to stop him from cutting through the veil through his sacrifice and our sacrifice in
Well,
Galatians 2:20.
I-
And I saw him put this thing to the curb and drug everything that darkness would try to interfere with us waking up to the cross and crucified it, put it to naught.
But while you were talking about that, what I realized was, what was it that caused the veil to split?
Okay.
You were focusing on the fact that they were trying to close it back up, which is true. And then,
And I didn't finish, but go ahead.
I began to see what actually caused the veil to split.
Okay.
What caused the veil to split? And the reason the veil had to split
Okay.
was to expose what was behind the veil. And so it was split to expose what was behind the veil. And what split that veil was extreme suffering. Extreme suffering is what caused the veil to split open.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything that we have negatively experienced is the splitting open of the veil is for us to have that exposure of what's behind that veil, which is the flesh. It's to expose what's behind this flesh.
You know what he just said to me? He said, have you noticed that in the natural, there are people who take the most filthy, seemingly mind-oriented creatures and make them become their pet? He said a pig is not really sloppy and nasty.
Right,
they don't like it.
right.
But he said a possum. There are people that take possums and train them and raise them as to be clean pets.
Right.
God said, Spirit said, I want you to understand how darkness can be purified, transformed into light.
And used for light.
Thank you.
And used by light.
Thank you.
Yes.
One thing we seem to forget when we go in the Old Testament of a book, and read where Solomon's temple, before God appeared in the tabernacle, there was a darkness that came over the house of God.
And the darkness preceded God.
I saw it. I saw this happen to me when I was in the hospital one time and I was going through a procedure. I saw the dark veil
you had a
of
chance to
God
experience that darkness. Yes.
speak.
That friendly
The
darkness.
light of God spoke through darkness.
That peaceful darkness.
That's right.
Yeah. Now I got some comments and I've got some people I want to acknowledge that are here. Just give me a minute, Pastor. I know that you.
I'll wait. I'll
got
wait.
some
Go
stuff.
ahead.
Ollie is here. Oliver is here. Hey, Ollie. Glad you're here, dear. Glad to have you with us. And
Miss Phyllis
Sister Sharon popped in
Sharon
while we
popped
were
in.
talking. And then Sinette from Denmark also joined us. Hey, Sinette. She said,
Sinette.
sunny Denmark today. It's nice to
It's
have you
nice
with us.
here today.
Yeah, and by the way, Denmark is on a whole different time. Now, she's probably in the middle of the night watching this. I hope I hope it's not too inconvenient for her, but she watches us. It's not like it is here where she is. So thank you, Sinette, for joining us, sweetheart. And Robert has brought up another some great comments that I wanted to mention, Pastor. And Pastor Norman also popped in. Hey, Pastor Norman.
Okay.
And so Robert says, unexpected life changes, relationship changes, hearing from past relationships, and reviewing past situations and seeing things differently, moving towards more creative expression. All of this is a part of our evolution, isn't it? All of that is a part of our evolution. And he also mentions this. He says, we remember to walk, we remember to talk in whatever language we encounter. Also, spoken language is not our primary communication. You mentioned that yesterday to some of the guys that you were talking on the Zoom with, that's not our primary communication. Talking language is not our primary communication.
I think Robert mentioned that last time we was on.
Everything in this dimension is inverted. We are taught to be inverted. The carnal mind is programmed to oppose you. It is not natural to have two competing minds in one vessel. Amen, Robert. I've been saying that, and that's what I've been trying to convey. That is the truth. There's not supposed to be two in here. It's only one. Our task is to make these two into one clear stream. Because in actuality, we are only a stream of consciousness. There should not be two streams trying to flow in there.
Just like we used to say, casting out spirits, we were cast into spirit awareness.
That's true. That's true. Now, Sinette mentions this. She says, so the pain we experience is a gift.
Thank you.
For splitting the veil to see the light within and around. Yes, that's what I was saying.
From top to bottom. Now, whether it's true or not, we said a 20 mule team of mules could not tear that veil.
Exactly.
But only thing that could tear it was recognition.
But remember, what caused that veil to split? In the New Testament, when Jesus went through what he went through, if the narrative is true,
there was an earthquake.
He said the veil was his flesh. What caused that veil to split was the extreme suffering,
pressure,
extreme suffering,
extreme.
And when
pain.
we go through the suffering, this is the splitting of the veil.
Now, as we get into this, you will find symbolism is the gift of the Spirit. Oh, here we go. All that we went through that it took to split the veil was a gift from God.
Of course.
That was shown.
Could you say that's friendly darkness?
Thank you.
Could you say that's friendly darkness?
Friendly fire. Holy fire of God broke that thing in the middle.
You said friendly fire. I had a cousin years ago during the Vietnam War who died from friendly fire.
Yeah.
He was in a foxhole, and one of the guys behind him in another foxhole threw his grenade, and it fell short in his foxhole. He died from friendly fire. So it wasn't an intention to kill him. So these sufferings that we experience in these bodies and in this earth life existence are not designed to kill us. They're designed to expose what we are.
Break the vessel, open the veil.
Mhm,
Now, what we have been taught in church and religiosity is let's periodically have anointings, which is cracks, spot opening. It's like closing your curtain, and yet the curtain is not completely closed, that it left open for some light to come through. The baptism of the Holy Spirit has been majored on the minor in our dispensation, and all the teachings that we've had has been nothing but cracks. What he's saying,
or glimpses. So to
glimpses.
speak. Mhm.
The full baptism of the Holy Spirit is the full recognition of the Holy Spirit being our true identity
Mm, mm,
as the Christ self.
mm. That's interesting. That's interesting.
That's the fullness of God is called fully aware of.
Mhm.
I am fully aware that I don't. Somebody can say, you don't have your rings, your marriage
The wedding ring.
wedding ring.
Mhm.
I said, it's been fully made aware.
Wedding ring.
It's been
Yeah.
fully made aware.
Wedding wings.
Wedding wing. Wedding wing. Where's your wedding wing?
I think your mind is outrunning your mouth.
Anyway,
Anyway, let me go back to this. Pastor Norman says it's in the darkness that you find your authentic self.
That's
It's
right.
in the darkness that you find it.
Now
And-
you are
and-
authentics. You authentics out there.
And yes, Jeanette, this is what I have realized, that we are not what's the word I'm looking for? We are simply consciousness streaming through these bodies. That's all we are. A stream of consciousness in coming through these bodies, not so much stuck in these bodies, just streaming through these bodies. And this consciousness that we are, that's streaming through these bodies, is placed and touching and interacting with those who need to come in contact with it. And they need to come in contact with it for different reasons, various reasons. Most of it's to put them on the path, or to heal them of their traumas, or to correct their situations. It's for many, many different reasons that they come into this stream of consciousness that we are.
Praying now could be what we call it? It's a military word I wanted to use. To reassemble you in the thinking mind of the finite, to reassemble, to restructure the way you see yourself.
Yeah.
All of these
Yeah.
seemingly derangements and
Yeah.
physical deformities, all of the infirmities is being restructured.
Mhm.
Watch this,
Mhm.
to become kindling for the fire. When I
Yes,
found
yes,
out
yes.
how asbestos gloves work,
Mhm.
I had a chance to revamp what they were used for
Mhm.
when it comes down to welding and fire. When we had put locust wood that burns a blue flame into a fireplace, and some of the wood was not actually going through the fire, I could use those asbestos gloves. Now here's a revelation coming.
Mhm.
To stick my hand in the fire and not be burnt. This is what David said, if I make my bed in hell, I got asbestos gloves on
Mm.
in the fire. This is what was being said by Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace of Nebuchadnezzar. Their whole spirit, physical body was like asbestos gloves, and everything that was in there, plus Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, plus Jesus, a fourth man, stood in there. The eternal Christ identity was there, and the flames and the smoke did not singe or get into the garment of those people in that fire. That is a sign that every one of us, I don't care how much deliverance you go through, I don't care how much breaking generational curse, you cannot be touched by the smoke or the flame of the holy, what we call the holiness representation of the false manifestation. Let me say this here.
You're saying such long sentences.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find words. We think that we are holy because we are holiness we go to holiness church. We think we are holy because we don't do what Tom, Joe, and Ben, and Harry do, smoking different and chewing and hanging around everybody's too. I didn't know that when I was raised in moonshine bootlegging, shotgun house, that there was a part of me then that was holy and was pure. And it had nothing to do with my environment or my conditioning. But it was the place in all of us called the Holy of Holies, the eternal self, that could not be touched by the flaming fire of our generational environment.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying all these words to let you know.
Yeah, it's just that you're saying so much, and it's so.
I'm trying to express something that really cannot be said in words.
It's hard to.
It's hard. And I'm trying to make it sound words.
I know you are. It's difficult to put it in the language. It is. Let me read this quickly, and then I'm going to
adjudicated. I heard that word, adjudicated. I don't know what that means.
I'm going to read this to you. I wrote this over a year ago, at least. But I wanted to read this because we're talking about this stream of consciousness that we are. And this is how it was given to me, Sinette, for you. I wanted to read it to you. This is how it came to me. From the eternal portal, consciousness streams down through the crown chakra into the mind. This is a continuous stream, never static, a download from higher dimensions.
Ooh, glory.
It is what I am. The crown chakra is the receptor. I feel and know that I am a light stream blowing through this mortal flesh, an immortal essence of being. What is born from this stream are writings, sayings, laughter, facial expressions, thoughts, and feelings. Yet there is no one here that possesses these qualities. I am only a stream of consciousness. There is no person here to receive or to project. I am simply the flow of pure light and awareness. I can be witnessed as an imagining, but there is, in fact, no one here to imagine. I am the one who sees itself. This stream of consciousness carries with it revelations and insights. It is a clear indicator of what I truly am. I stream through this mind and body until such time as this mind and body no longer functions. I will leave an impression of the person that others think I am for as long as the earth exists. That which is left after the body dies will be evidence that this portal was once open to my flow. Premeditation and thinking only serve to veil my impressions. I, as the flow, never stop, but I am often misinterpreted. Others looking on may think that everything originates from me as a person, but there is no person to capture what comes forth as the stream. The stream is pure and gentle and free and clear. I am pure, gentle, free, and clear. It has no shape, but it can appear to take shape. I have no shape, but I can appear as a shape. I am veiled by my own appearing. I am that which sees itself. We are nothing but streams of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we are. And so now here, Jillian, hey, Jillian, she says, I just asked that question about past experiences. And she said, as long as the mindset is thinking and planted in that state, you will continue that cycle. It will repeat itself. Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
the mind was designed to repeat.
It's, yeah, that's part of its function is to assess, to
Once you
interpret,
catch on
to
to this,
evaluate, and all of that. Yeah.
when you assessed full awareness, it is in a process. It took us years to get to where we are and seeing. Once you, in due process, understand why, through the definition of eternal words, eternal life, infinite and finite, when you fully digest the bad taste of the mind constantly going over the past, you'll understand why it is doing that through destiny and purpose to appoint to you the heart of Jesus Christ or the Christ self. People fuss and ask the question, which came first, the hen or the egg? Let's say it like this. They both evolve at the same event. What was before the hen and the egg was the eternal spirit that was before any religious title, religious sage, spiritualized teaching, biographies, histories, events that was arising in the physical for you to come here. Before any of this, some of you arguing and saying, what came first? Who was here first? Holiness, what was here first? Before Jesus came to earth, he existed in the mind of the Father.
Yeah, because he is only, again, a stream of consciousness.
That's right.
That's all he is.
And so what does it matter what religion came first?
It doesn't
The
matter.
Ethiopian
It doesn't-
Bible
it
was
doesn't.
this. The King James Version, it was translated down. Go home,
It
prodigal
doesn't- yeah,
son.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Return to the Father consciousness. Return to full awareness. What existed before your body was you, and the you that existed before the you was the Christ self.
Now, I've got to read some of this comments.
Yeah, please read it. Please read it.
Oh, because Sinette's getting this, and I'm so happy that you're getting what I've said, Sinette. She says, so breaking a lie lets the light in. Even if it hurts, it allows the truth and light to prevail.
That's right.
And then she says, this makes sense to her. She says, so when I ask a pain to go away, it's like allowing a stream of wholeness to go through me.
That's right.
Yes, yes. And she said, within 5 minutes, the pain is gone.
Now,
as a stream of consciousness, there's nothing to limit it. There's nothing to stop it. It's like trying to squeeze Jello. If you squeeze Jello, it just oozes through the cracks. So it's like trying to hold water in your hand. You
can't
cannot
grab it.
stop.
Squeeze it.
You cannot stop the
Uh-uh,
flow.
you can't.
Even if you dam it up, it's going to eventually overtake that dam and break through.
Mm.
It will. It'll break through. So the stream of consciousness that we are is always breaking through.
They got word out. Hoover Dam, Lake Mead is drying up.
Right.
But there's one well that never dries up, that's springing into everlasting, eternal essence life, and that's the Christ self.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, Robert's got some great comments as well. He says, our source code was overwritten, not deleted. It's a live stream broadcast.
That's right.
That's what we are.
Live
We
stream.
are a live
Streams
stream
of
broadcast.
living water.
Yeah, we're live streams.
Water talks.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Stillness is water talking.
Yeah, he said, and that's not looping painful memories.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What they're doing to our power source in this house, they over the years have patched it up, and the patches wouldn't hold in the line. Over the years,
and
we've
they've
taught
been there so long
in church, all about Jesus coming, the second coming, and the rapture. They're just patch ups. Now they come back out, and what they didn't fix like they were supposed to. Come on, church. Please wake up. Come on home. They're having to come back now, and they're running into all kinds of impasses, such as the septic tank.
The old septic tank.
It's
we're no longer
blocked.
using.
It's blocking the drill from going through. Now they got to reroute it. What darkness
but
does,
they didn't. This is the thing. They didn't run the cable where it normally should have run in the past.
That's right.
They decided they would go a different direction.
That's right.
And this is when they ran into the impasse.
Now they're supposed to come tomorrow and may not finish up this week, but they're supposed to come. I will talk with them only at the expense of the eternal self.
Yeah.
I will not talk to them in the tone. Now one thing you have to understand about the voice of God and the eternal self, it does not tone itself or tune itself according to religious minds.
Meaning?
It is a different vibrational frequency that has nothing to do with septic tanks, bad thoughts, bad feelings, misunderstood, bad conduct, and bad character.
So all you're saying is don't allow you as the stream coming through these conditionings. Don't let that come out as it filters through.
That's right.
Yes.
And that has to be something to experience. I can talk about it, but you personally have to have direct experience of what it's like to not allow the mind. Now, some people say they can quiet their mind down. That's fine. But that's still the mind trying to quiet the mind.
Well,
but there is a place where you can get around that, like they're going to have to do with that wire in the yard. They got to find a way to get around that.
Well, let me go. Yeah, they are. Let me go back to what we were talking about. You and your niece having gone through some very traumatic things in your childhood. She dealt with it in a different way than you did.
Yeah.
So she dealt with it by doing this. She got away from the problem, and she said she suppressed the feelings and never told anybody about.
We were the only ones.
Yeah. But never told anybody about what had happened.
That's right.
And so I asked her, I said, well, how did you deal with the feelings? What did you do? And she said, she's put them aside. She just pushed them down. And then when her mother got sick, she was able to forgive and love her mother and help her mother. So now this is how she overcame those painful feelings, those traumas. She had that process of that compassion that came upon her when she found out that her mother was sick. She moved on that. And so that was her forgiveness and compassion working together to help her mom. So now that's the way she dealt with it. but it left her when she suppressed all of the feelings. It pushed her into a place of retreating. She retreated and became very recluse. And she still has that somewhat today, but she's a wonderful person, But in your case, when the painful things happen to you, it forced all of your feelings to the front, and they're very out here raw, but usable, but raw. So you can be very compassionate and really touch people in their emotions, but you can also be injured really easily. By your feelings can get hurt very easily because they're on your sleeve. So there's just two modes of dealing with the same traumas. So every one of us is different. So none of us are
same juice, different cups.
Yeah, we're not going to process those things the same way. These are just ways that you can, but you'll have to find your own way to work through those things.
The purification process, or the purification completed, the purification of the cleansing that has finally destined itself as the finished product of forgiveness, is eternal forgiveness that I saw in the broken heart of Jesus Christ.
And then that I was about to say, because of the way you processed those traumas, your feelings came out like this. You had to see the heart of God. There was no way you could have endured what happened to you if you had not seen the heart.
Fivefold ministry is fivefold feeling, fivefold vibration, fivefold frequencies, fivefold dimensions, fivefold applications, fivefold colors. The Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ. When Tracy said, y'all, he said us.
Yeah, just don't expose too much.
When she said, we did not know what was going on with her and her mama behind closed doors.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say too
much. Understand, please. And she said, we were the only ones that she'd ever told what was going on in her life. I say, what? She said, y'all just didn't know. And that's what my inner self has told me, that the rest of my family didn't know that me and Tracy went through the same thing at different times. She wasn't born when I was in it, and her mother was in it. But now that she's come forth out of the womb and she's at 40-some years of age, she's finally revealing to me what was going on behind closed doors as to the suffering that she went through to get to where she is. And she told me that everything that I went through to get to this point was because of what was going through. Now I look back over it, and when she said that, honey, I can see Christ.
Yeah.
There's no way in heaven, hell, or heaven that anybody can forgive
with their mind.
With their minds to satisfy the claim of the eternal forgiveness of the heart.
Because the mind says they don't deserve to be forgiven.
Let me tell you something. When I found out why 50-some years ago, why Jesus opened his chest up and let me see his heart.
And he did it. That's what
to show me.
That's what I was about to say. You had to have those experiences.
I had to have that.
In order to get past
what
happened to you. This is what I'm saying, that doesn't make you special.
No.
That means God gave you what
that was mercy.
God gave you what grace. You had to have in order to endure.
Now I know how. Don't care how many times I go to sleep and had bad dreams, memories of the past, whatever my niece told me, I have gone to the attention of the Christ heart. It's over. I let it go. It's gone. Even though the memory says, no, it ain't. You know, people say, you say years ago in the moonshine, I said, if you forgive, you forget. I
No,
found
you
out
don't.
how to forgive and keep
And remember.
memorizing.
And remember. Yes. Yes.
And that's
yes,
not me
yes.
remembering it. That's the machine. That's the mechanism.
So I know we're kind of running out of time, but
Yeah.
I wanted to say this before we go off. That the reason you had to have those kinds of experiences, and the reason you, whoever you are, have had the kind of experiences you have, it's because that's what it took for you to get past what had happened.
That's
to you.
right.
So none of us are special.
That's right.
Because we
All of us are
because
special.
we have had a certain kind
That's
of
right.
experience.
That's right.
None of us
That's
are
right.
special. And we should not put people in a box and say they got to experience what we experienced,
That's
because
right.
that's what it took for you. And so here we are, we're coming to a point where we're understanding, as a stream of consciousness, we are always going to break through. Always going to break through. There is no way, and this is the other thing, we almost forgot to say it.
Mhm.
Some of us are living longer lives.
Okay.
We're living past our friends, outliving our families, those who are younger than us. Sister Chris, if you're still here, you're outliving everybody that's younger than you. You end up the last of the Mohicans. And sometimes you wonder why everybody gone and you still around.
Mhm.
And it's because of what you were saying. The young man said to you yesterday on that Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
that,
said
that the purpose of you in this stage of life
Mhm.
is where you really are going to fulfill your purpose.
Mhm.
At this stage of life. And it doesn't look anything like the beginning, the first parts of your life, the first stages, nothing like that. But you're still here because that purpose is still here and active.
Seated
Mm-hmm.
in the heart of Christ
Mm-hmm.
is the only way real forgiveness can penetrate the veil
Mm-hmm.
and tear it completely open and never be closed again.
Yes, 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 yes. We got some great comments.
Yes, good comments coming.
Yeah, let me say these comments really fast because we're running out of time.
That's Leslie.
So Robert says this: the veil was torn with unseen hands, revealing the imposter God that Jesus courageously opposed with its eye for an eye. Yes. A God in a box that talks and tells men what to do is our source living consciousness, or a brute fixated of settling debts it won't forgive. Yeah. So, and what Robert's saying, Robert's so poetic, sometimes you may miss what he's saying. What he's saying is that God would have never given us the commandment to bless our enemies and at the same time say to you, if you didn't forgive, he wouldn't forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a conflict. So there's an imposter God. There's an imposter God. So yes, and Sinette says, thank you so much. You're so welcome, my dear. You're so welcome. Leslie,
if we don't abide, he still abides.
He still abides.
Leslie was talking.
Thank you, Leslie, for sending the gift yesterday, sweetie. We got it. And thank you, Dad, for those of you who helped her send
very
that
much
blessing.
for reading.
Thank you so
of
much.
The stream consciousness.
Yeah, that's Sinette. Yes,
okay.
Just said that. And Sinette also says, letting go of the conditioned beliefs and acts for the stream-like light heart consciousness is like allowing the stream to flow naturally, harmonizing, often finding happiness as a result coming up. Yeah.
Here's the key.
It's more.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. She says the stream always finds a way in mystery ways, like open the heart of Jesus.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. And Pearl says, what did that say?
If it came with if all of it came with contrast.
Yeah. We kind of rewrite that for me, Pearl. I know you're saying something good, just we're not quite getting that. Something, it came with the contract. Okay. Anyway, Sister Chris says the latter will be greater. Yes, sweetheart. That's the point.
The
latter
greatness
will be
is
greater.
the glory that you are made out of that does not have to come. It is there.
And the reason the latter is greater, Sister Chris, is because what you are now, because of all of the life situations you've been through, and the wisdom and the intuition that's there inside of you is so valuable at this point in this stage of the world. That's so valuable that it is very needed, and it's what God wants to use right now.
I saw some of you sitting in the closet or in a quiet place, and you said to your Christ self, "How great thou art." And then he said, change it around the first person and say to your Christ self, "How great I am."
Oh, I think Sister Pearl said this. All of these stuff that we've experienced came with the contract.
Okay.
That's what she's saying. I got you, Sister Pearl. I got you.
That's
I
right.
got you.
It was coupled together.
It all came with the contract. Yes.
It was the sauce. It was the seasoning.
It was the essential ingredients
Thank you.
to make you what you are today. That's what it was. Oh, this has been good.
That old
This
saying
has
I
been
said
good.
to somebody, a tisket, a tasket, what's inside that basket? A different kind of shredded wheat. That muffin is the name.
Type it in. I am only a stream of consciousness. I am the streaming consciousness of God coming through these vessels. Type it in. I am the streaming consciousness of God coming through these vessels.
Yes, that's good.
Type that
That's
in.
good.
I am the streaming consciousness of God.
Christ
coming through these
finds
vessels.
a way in himself as the way, the truth, and the life
Mhm.
to stream the light of God through the heart of the mind.
You want to talk some talk today. I can see that.
We
you
are
and Robert need to get together because y'all want to talk some talk.
the
today.
Christ self is God's experience as us. God is experiencing himself as us.
I'm going to put that on there. We're the streaming consciousness of God. Yes, darlings. Yes. I am the streaming consciousness of God. Yes. I'm just only a stream of consciousness. That's all you are. That's all you are.
God is experiencing us as him, and we are experiencing him as us.
Well, as a stream of consciousness, I am the experience. I am the experience.
We are the experience of God.
Yeah, you are the experience. Yes. And there is no experience if you're not streaming. You're streaming, so that's where that you are that experience. Yes.
God is aware of himself being me and you and everybody. He is awareness.
Yes.
Of
We are awareness. Yes.
Yeah. We can bounce it back and forth all day long and still. That's what you call the Christ conversation.
Yeah.
This is what you call
light-hearted
talk.
Just think, like Robert said, what's coming through you is just a broadcast.
Yeah.
Just think of it. What's coming, not through you, but coming through this body is just a you as a broadcast. That's all. Just a you as a broadcast. Why are you making faces?
I overhydrated my water.
Well, they don't know that.
I know.
They just wondering why you're looking like that.
They wouldn't have said nothing if you hadn't said
something.
They
would have wondered, why is Pastor making that face?
I am tasting something good. That's what I'm doing.
Well, at least it's not meat grease. It was meat grease Tuesday.
Oh, you got to base your stomach to take this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We call grown folks talk.
Look,
your head cold.
Sinette says, I am the streaming consciousness of love living in the now and now. Amen, girl.
Listen to you, girl.
Oh, man, that's good. That's good.
Who said that now?
Sinette.
You are. I want to ask the boss man to give you a raise.
I am the streaming consciousness of I like that even better.
I got to tell the boss man to give you a raise. That's all I can say to you now.
I love that. I am the streaming consciousness of love living in now.
Now that'll bake your cake, pound cake man.
Yes. I think I'll use that as the title today. That sounds good, girl. I like that.
That'll bake your cake. and base your pan too.
But you know what, Sonette, we said last Sunday that we often say God is love, but we never turned it around to say love is God. So when you said I am the streaming consciousness of love, that's exactly what it means. I am the streaming consciousness of love, living in the now. Isn't that good? That is so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, we got to get out of here. You guys got to go get some lunch or whatever you're going to do today. It's been a beautiful day here in the Carolinas. I hope it's beautiful wherever. Look, it's beautiful no matter what the weather is. We're just glad that you took the time to be with us today and hang out with us until the end of this broadcast. We thank you so much for all of the love gifts and all of the support that you are sending to Cornerstone, your tithes and your offerings. Thank you so much. Thank you
for the love gifts.
And your comments, they mean so much to us. They mean so much. Yeah, Sister Sharon, yeah, type it in, girl.
God set it up for you guys to be in this live streaming or this class or this session. And he's also fixed it for the abundance that we need to come to you for you to help us keep going.
Yes.
Either way you look at it, God is still in charge.
Oh, yeah. You are being taken care of. All of us are.
All of us
All of us are being taken care of. Thank you so much, you guys. And Sister Pearl is now she's she's clapping back. She says, extremely conscious is what am I allowing to come forth? You are whatever comes forth, you are that. You are that. You are just simply
you are
that
he is that you are.
I am the
I call it the R-ness of God.
Robert is the streaming consciousness of love. Denise is the streaming consciousness of love. Pearl is the streaming consciousness of love. Norman is the streaming consciousness of love. Sonette is the streaming consciousness of love. Dion and George is a streaming consciousness of love. Sissy is a streaming consciousness of love. Willie Carr is a streaming consciousness of love. Kathy is a streaming consciousness of love. Jillian is a streaming consciousness of love. Isn't that something?
All the way through.
Isn't that something?
Seasoned.
Sister Chris is a streaming consciousness of love. Yes.
Baked and shaped.
Yes. Leslie is a streaming consciousness of love. Her family is a streaming consciousness of love. All of us, we are all the streaming consciousness of God. Isn't that wonderful?
You know, you hear people say,
that's so wonderful.
I got to get with God. Don't have to know more because you know in the streaming consciousness, you are the same stream and have always been.
There's only one stream.
There's only one stream.
There's only one stream.
And you don't have to go nowhere to find him.
The only time it looks like there may be two streams is when that one stream flows through all of these conditionings and these hurtful memories, and it picks up some of the trash and it comes out, but it is not what that stream is.
It is seen through conscious awareness of the revelatory fact of direct experience.
Now we're glad Brother Edward is back home. He was in rehab for a while, and he is back home, and we're glad to have him back home. You guys, I love you. We'll be back on Tuesday night. Pastor Rumlin has already given us a thumbs up. I think that means he's going to be with us, and we'll have another good conversation about this stuff. And you go and have a blessed day, and just bring that love to everything and everybody that you meet today. Okay. We love you, and you. What's your word? You're gonna see him on the turnaround.
I'll see you on the turnaround.
Gonna see you on the turnaround.